Right now, just as Brittany mentioned, Hurricane Sandy is moving toward the eastern part of the U.S. And so are teams from right here in Green Country. 5 volunteers from the Red Cross in Tulsa are in Baltimore, Maryland. Once the storm makes landfall, they'll be sent in to set up shelters. 3 other Red Cross volunteers from the Oklahoma City area are also helping in New York City today. Well, as for the storm itself, Sandy is already starting to make its mark on the Atlantic coast. And forecasters say the storm is still at least 24 hours from landfall. That potential strike point is along the New Jersey shoreline, and that's where we find NBC's Jay Gray. He's live there tonight for us. Jay.
Hey there, Marla. We've seen the rain and wind pick up just a little bit throughout the day here today. Nothing like it's going to be over the next 24 hours as you talk about. It's going to get much worse here, and that's why emergency officials are stressing the time to prepare for Sandy is quickly running out in the strike zone. Sandy has already started to batter the East Coast. Violent winds, driving rains, and a growing surf.
It's obviously a serious storm.
And so far, it's only been a glancing blow as the massive storm creeps up the coastline and prepares to take a left turn, likely slamming into the Jersey shore late Monday.
Of the states that are going to be impacted by this storm, we appear, at least at the moment, to be taking the brunt of it. So we have to take this seriously.
Though many in the potential strike zone understand, the window of opportunity to prepare is closing fast.
They call it the Frankenstorm, so whatever they're calling it, it has a lot of people nervous and certainly has us nervous.
Nerves are on edge all along the eastern seaboard.
We're really scared and worried.
And working to do what they can before the storm hits. Boarding up and putting up anything they can, stocking up on supplies that may be needed to ride out a week or more without power. Mandatory evacuations continue in coastal communities across several states. At least 375,000 have been evacuated from their homes in lower Manhattan. Public schools will be closed Monday in New York, and public transportation will be suspended until conditions ease.
We have an effective plan to keep New Yorkers safe and to recover from this as quickly as possible.
As FEMA and the White House continue work on a national response plan.
We want to make sure that we are anticipating and leaning forward into making sure that we've got the best possible response to what is going to be a big and messy system.
A mess that's already started and could linger on the Atlantic coast for days. Now, this is a large and very slow-moving system. Understand that the normal peak intensity for a hurricane once it makes landfall lasts about 4 to 6 hours. Forecasters saying with Sandy, though, the violent conditions could continue through a full day. That's the latest live here in Cape May, New Jersey. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you.
And Jay, are people there taking Sandy seriously?
Yeah, I think specifically along the Jersey coast, they're very much taking the storm seriously. A lot of people have either boarded up, prepared for what they're going to do to ride this thing out, or moved to higher ground. And now we're seeing that happen in other areas along the Atlantic seaboard. But again, as we talked about as we started this conversation, the time to do that is quickly running out here. I mean, we're getting a sprinkle right now. The wind picks up at times. The surf behind me has been growing, but that's really going to start to magnify over the next 10 to 12 hours, and it's just going to be a situation where the conditions are too bad for anybody to move, and they'll have to ride this thing out.
All right. Thank you so much. Jay Gray reporting for us from New Jersey tonight. Well, just ahead at 5, talk